post every day on my business page last week. And I did really good. I did really good with that. But this week, it's like, you know, and I rested. I rested on Sunday. I got all my stuff together, but I'm just like so tired. I'm so tired. I'm burnt out. So, and then I'm also volunteering to work on the weekends on Sunday too. So I think what I'm gonna do is go in on Sunday, on the next 2 Sundays, and then the Thursday before we are off on Friday, I'm gonna take that off. Like, I'm gonna take that off because I can't, you know, like I just can't. Like, I really do need I really need some time. The end of the year burnout is real. I've only been at this job, what, 2 months? When did I start? October? Yeah, I started in October, so 2 months. And man, this job's so damn stressful. And it's like, it's cool, but I think that it would be fine if I didn't have a conscience, you know? Like, if I wasn't as close to the divine as I was, I feel like I would get lost in this job and be just fine. But the nature of being in the trucking business, being in freight, being in 3PL, it's like, I don't want to have to go to work and argue with people all damn day. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't want to have to do that, because I have to do that every day. I get hung up on, I get weird vibes, people are rude, company don't abide by the rules, these brokers be doing whatever it is that they want to do, and a bitch be tired of it. A bitch be tired of it, for real. Because I'm just not built for this, because my life is already hard enough as it is, you know what I'm saying? Like, I already have to make ends meet in my everyday life, so now I have to go to work and try to make some shit shake there too. And then, like, that's why I really don't take no shit when it comes to my romantic life, because I can't afford to. Like, because the last thing I need is to be stressed out in my romantic life or with a man, and then I'm like, I ain't got no safe space. I don't have a safe space. So yeah, that's why I am single and not mingling, because I can't do it right now. Which is okay. I'm completely fine with that, because being by myself has taught me, not even taught me, because I love being by myself. I'll be by myself quick. I don't care. I really don't care to be around a lot of people. That's also why I hate this job, because I gotta talk to people all damn day. And it's just like, when I get home, I don't have the energy, because I'm already driving an hour and a half there. I'm waking up at 6 o'clock in the morning just to be somewhere at 9 o'clock. And then when I get off, you know, I get off at 6, and then I don't get home till 7:30. And then by the time I eat and shower, it's pretty much time for me to go to bed. But like, I have other stuff to do. Like, I have to make my business posts and, you know, revamp my website, take product pictures. Like, I have all this stuff to do. And then I want to do stuff for me too. Like, I want to read, you know what I'm saying? Like, I have other stuff that I want to do, but I can't ever do it. Well, I can't say I can't ever do it. I can, but I would have to sacrifice my sleep. So then if I sacrifice my sleep, then I wake up and I'm tired, and then I'm tired all day. That makes my day worse. And then by the time I get home the next day, all I can do is sleep, because I'm tired and I sacrificed my sleep for the day before. So it's just like, I'm always sacrificing something, and I don't want to do that. Like, I don't want to do that, and I don't want to live my life like that, which is why I'm like trying so hard to grind right now and just get it out of the way, so I don't have to keep doing this type of shit, you know? And I'm not a quitter by any means, but goddamn, like, I'm really glad that I'm in this generation where we don't take no shit, because you know, why should we? Hold on, I'm about to put y'all up here. Because why should we? I don't believe in staying with a job that's underpaying you for 15 years just to get some retirement money. Like, I think that's stupid, because now you struggling, you behind, you got to get another job, and that other job is not really going to help you catch up, because after taxes, it's over with, and there's only so much you can do in a day. You only have so much time. And then you also have to sleep. You also have to eat. You know, you also have to rest. So, you know, what else are you doing? You know, I think that this life is a distraction. I know that sounds like stupid, but follow me. I'm gonna bring it home. By distraction, I mean the whole purpose of us reincarnating and coming to this fucked up life is for us to find ourselves in it. And ourselves is God, because God is within us all, right? So we have all of these factors that are going to be triggering us to find ourselves. And I just thought about, like, damn, I probably can't even post this because this shit gonna be in the background. They probably gonna flag this shit. Anyway, hopefully not. But yeah, we have all these factors that are triggering us. You know, circumstances that actually bring us closer to our mission and our purpose in life. And our mission and purpose in life is not really to help other people or to be a service or to save anybody. And that's something that I struggle with my entire life. You know, I've always wanted to help people. Always. Like, that was always my response. Like, what do you want to do when you get older? Help people. So that's why I thought I wanted to be a nurse or be a doctor. And which I, in some form, still want to do. Just, you know, in a holistic realm. But anyway, just helping people. And I realize that's not really what we're here to do. We're really here to save ourselves. Because saving ourselves is saving other people, because once we save ourselves, we might inspire somebody else to do the same. You know, we might spark something else in somebody else. Spark something in somebody else. Lord have mercy. Spark something in somebody else. Like a domino effect, right? So you cannot go through this life trying to put the weight of the world on your shoulders. You just can't. You're not strong enough to do that. You're not strong enough to do that. God is, but God as a whole is. And God is within us all, but not as a whole. Like, I feel like there's like fragmented pieces of God within us, and then when we come together and unify, that's gonna be God. That's God. And we are so close, y'all. We are so close to that, because we have this generation that is really good with healing, really focused on being better and growing, you know. And I'm gonna have to make another video, because this is chaotic. I can't.
One eternity later.
Hey, how y'all doing?
Hey, how y'all doing?
Hey. So that video was back in December of 2021. It is now June of 2022. That video was me in the thick of it. I'm in the tail end of it now, but that was me in the thick of it. But to continue what I was saying, even though it was months ago, I was hitting on some shit. So let's continue. God being within us all and it just being fragmented pieces is definitely an accurate thing. I remember talking to my grandmother, and I was like, what is God? Like, what is it? Who is it? Where is it? And I'm like, who do you pray to? Like, God is not a physical person, right? I had trouble wrapping my head around us talking to a mystical thing, like a spirit that's not there. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you tell a child to pray, and I'm like, me with my logical brain, I'm like, pray to who? Like, what do you mean? And I'm like, okay, God. And then they like show me this figure of like this white man, whatever. And I'm like, how do we know God is white? Ain't nobody seen this man. We don't know what this man look like. We were relying on books that have been passed down. We don't know what's been changed and what's not. How do we know? And I remember she looked at me and she was like, God isn't here. And she pointed to my chest. She was talking about my heart. And I'm like, okay. So that made sense to me. So I feel like even though, you know, she may have was just saying that to give me a sense of peace around spirituality and religion, there's truth in that, because God is within us all, right? God can be in many places at one time. And if you are of God, you embody the qualities of God. But I feel like we can't be God. I believe that us unifying and coming together is going to be well-rounded. It's going to be God as a whole. But when you have so many people and bits and pieces of God being thrown over here, over here, over here, it becomes hard to unify. And I partially blame that on being closed-minded. People want so bad to go with the right thing or believe the right thing, and anything outside of that thing, be it religion, not trying to offend anybody, but be it the religion that you follow or practice, anything outside of that is wrong. And to me, that is wrong, because who are you to cast judgment on someone else? Who are you to say that your way is the only way and the right way? If God can be in many places at one time, and God is love, because that's what I believe, God is love, and God is in your actions, but you are saying, oh, this is right and this is wrong, you weren't here in the beginning of time. You're also relying on books that have been passed down and were man-made. So again, what information are you relying on other outside of that book that's saying that this is right and this is wrong? You know, textbook, black and white. You can't say that. And what I've noticed in my life since I have zoomed out some, because I do believe that if you're going to start somewhere, you probably should start with a religion or start with Christianity, because that's kind of like the ABCs of God and spirituality. And then from there, you can kind of like zoom out some. You can start zooming out and seeing the bigger picture of life in general. Because my grandmother was the daughter of a preacher. She was born in North Carolina. And she instilled a lot of those practices in the home. You know, she was very religious. Not overly religious. Like, she was a little bit more lax, I'm pretty sure, than her dad. But you know, the practices, the foundation was still there. And I would go to church every Sunday. I was in the choir. I did all this stuff. But it would always bother me how judgy Christian people were. And I was like, this don't feel right. You know what I'm saying? Like, this don't feel right. I'm like, why are we so hung up on what other people do with their lives? You know, I feel like as long as you're not killing, stealing, robbing, abusing, you know, doing all the things that you know that you're not supposed to do, who am I to judge? You spread love. You know, you speak life into other people. You want to hit the club on the weekends? Hit the club on the weekends, baby. Do you. Sometimes life is stressful. Go dance it out. I don't know. Like, whatever it is that you do, like, it doesn't concern me. As long as you're not harming yourself in the process, why am I judging you? Why am I casting judgment on you? So I stepped away from Christianity as a whole. Like, I would say my sophomore year of high school, I kind of zoomed out a lot. And then after my grandmother passed in 2016, my senior year, I deaded it completely. Like, I had like this era where I was just like floating, and I didn't really know what it was that I wanted to believe in. I know I still believed in God, and you know, people often like intertwine that and like to say like, oh, if you don't claim that you're Christian and you're like, you know, into the spirituality and the universe and whatever, that you don't believe in God. That's that's crazy. I do still believe in God, and people do still believe in source. I just don't believe in gendering God. I don't believe that God is a white man. And like I said, I believe you embody what God was trying to accomplish when you embody love. So that's what I strive to do. But once I got into getting to know myself, that is when I truly felt like I connected with God, is when I connected with myself. And this goes back to what my grandmother told me when I was younger. I was like, where's God? She said, God is in here. So when I had to sit with myself and I had to figure my shit out, because, you know, praying, I'm not going to say praying doesn't help, because it does. But it only helps when you have that connection, when you know yourself and you know what it is that you're asking for. But you can't ask somebody else for something if you don't know truly what it is to the core of what it is that you want. And I don't think that you can know somebody else until you know yourself. I don't think that you can love somebody else until you love yourself. So that's what I had to do. But once I went through that process, and it was a very long process, it took me years. It took me years of unlearning and relearning. I think after that, I was like single for a year. I didn't talk to anybody. I was just mostly like, I went to college, and that was it. My whole freshman year of college, like, I was just in the books. Like, I didn't really care about all the extra stuff. And I'm glad that I took that time to do that, because I just needed to find myself. Like, my grandmother's death hit me hard. It hit my family hard. Like, I feel like everyone has like that person in the family that's like the glue, and she was definitely the glue. And after she passed, shit hit the fan. Like, it wasn't a good time. So, and then on top of that, I was trying to live on my own and navigate being an adult and not working and school, and it was a fucking lot, okay? But I'm glad that I was able to grow through that process, because once I went through that, I was able to come back to the book with a new enlightened perspective. Like, there were certain things in the Bible that I was able to understand better than I was before, when I was trying to force it, when I didn't know myself, had little to no awareness of everything around me, of energies, anything. But now that I do, I can read the scriptures that have meaning. You know, like, they actually hit a little bit harder. So I feel like until you go through that process, I would call it the Great Awakening. That's what it's called, the Great Awakening, or Dark Night of the Soul. Has different meanings. But until you go through that, I don't think that you'll really understand what the Bible is trying to tell you. I don't think that you'll be able to unpack the layers and dissect the layers of what's there, like right in your face. It'll be right in your face, but you have a different level of consciousness that you read things through. And everyone has it. That's why I feel like everyone's constantly growing, and don't be afraid to go back to where you started. You know, you're on this journey, and you acquire knowledge and you go through a lot of things in life and they change you. They help you evolve, but don't be afraid to take the consciousness that you have now and apply it to something that you read, or something that you wrote or went through in the beginning, and apply the knowledge that you have now to that situation. And then you'll be able to, one, start recognizing patterns, and then two, have a deeper understanding of why you went through that, why it happened the way it did, and how to have it never happen again. So yeah, that's what I was getting at with that. I just had to finish that off because I am now officially in a place where I can actually start putting out content on YouTube. So that's really exciting. Then I was not. I wanted to, so there was like bits and pieces of me vlogging or just like venting, which is something that I really needed, and I'm really glad that I did that. But I just wasn't in a place where I could do it effectively or execute it effectively. I felt stuck. I was working my ass off. I was door dashing and working an hour and a half away from home. So it was just like constant. You can see the frustration in the beginning of this video. Like I was not it. And you know, I'm like in the tail end of things could be better, but I'm also better. I'm in a better place now than I was then, so I'm still grateful for it. And actually making this video made me feel better because I was, you know, rewatching the clip from earlier, and I remember how I was feeling. Like I was feeling so frustrated, like my back was against the wall, like I'm just tired of working. And now I'm in a job that I love. I have time to focus on both of my businesses, and it's a lot more graceful. Like I'm still doing a lot. Like there's times where I'm just like, oh shit, I got a lot to do today, but I have time to do it. And that's what I love. Just having the space to navigate how I feel like I need to. And that was really important to me. So now that I have the space, now I'm just working on getting more structured and more organized, where I can actually do things consecutively. But I'm getting better, you know, it comes with time, so it's all good. But yeah, this is definitely not gonna be the first time that I do a video like this. I mean, this is gonna be the first time I do a video like this. Like, anyway, this is not gonna be the last time that I do a video like this. Hopefully it'll be like seamless. It won't be like little random clips, but I'll go ahead and put out the content from when I was trying to, and finish that off first before I actually start something completely different. I need to pick up where I left off first, finish that, and then I'll continue on. But I hope you enjoyed this video, and definitely if you have any suggestions on anything else that I should talk about, definitely comment below, and I'll be sure to do that. Bye guys.